Good morning, everyone. In the previous session of human resource management, I was explaining about the internal source of recruitment. So, in the previous session only, I already told that there are two types of source of recruitment or two source of recruitment. One is internal source, another one is external source. So, in the previous session, I explained what are the various internal source of recruitment, what are its advantages and disadvantages. And in this session, I am going to explain about the various types of external sources which are used by the organizations and what are its advantages and disadvantages. Okay. So here on the screen, you all can see the various types of external source of recruitment. So first of all, what is external source of recruitment? Now, when organization decides to appoint suitable candidate from outside the organization, that is considered to be the external source of recruitment. See, each and every job that remains vacant in the organization cannot be fulfilled by the existing employees because they have limited number of people. They have limited number of people with limited talent and limited education and experience. So for this reason, they prefer external source of recruitment where availability of human resource is very high. They can find any kind of people having any type of experience and education. So it is a pool of human resource where large number of people are there with different qualities, different educations, different qualifications and different kinds of experience. So this gives a wider choice to the organization. And because some of the job positions, some of the vacant positions cannot be fulfilled by the internal sources, external source proved to be very useful for many organizations. So that's why with internal source also, external source is very much useful for the organization. Okay. So the first type of external source of recruitment is campus recruitment. Now you all know that colleges and universities provide different types of studies, different types of studies in variety of fields like management, medicine, arts, commerce, science, engineering. So students can pursue whatever they want to pursue. They can join into any course, they can join into any field of education and get proper education and certificate from the college. Now these colleges and universities are also an external source of recruitment because they have candidates, they have students who are qualified, who have education. They may not have experience, but they have education because they are young, they are very energetic, enthusiastic, they want to try something new. So this campus recruitment, these colleges and universities provide a good source of external or good external source of recruitment. So what organizations do? They make contact with universities and colleges either through email or by sending a personal to these universities and college. They can make direct contact and they conduct campus interviews in the college. They can go to a particular college or university and also invite students from other colleges and universities to join the campus drive, or they can simply go to a particular college or university and ask the students of that university or college to join the campus drive. So with proper selection process, with proper interview, proper test, they find out the suitable candidate for the job. So this is one of the important source of or external source of recruitment where availability is there, availability of human resources there. They can also find young people, energetic people, and they can shape these talents, new talents in the way the organization wants. So this is one of the most important and suitable source of recruitment. Okay. The next point is private employment agency and consultants. So usually what happens, this recruitment selection thing is this process is conducted by the line managers. They take the charge for finding out the suitable source, for laying out the criteria for selection and everything. So because they have also other works to do, when they are diverted to recruitment process and these things, uh, usually what happens, they are not able to concentrate on their main job, so their attention is diverted. So in order to prevent the line managers to get their attention diverted, many organizations give the task of recruitment to private employment agencies. Now these agencies collect informations from the candidate and record it, or they maintain it within the agency or consultation firm, and they do the recruitment activity. So usually what happens, whenever the organization does not want their line managers to get involved in the recruitment process because of other commitment, they make contact with private employment agencies. They charge a fees, these employment agencies charge a fees and conduct the recruitment process on behalf of the organization. But this source may not be considered for all the types of jobs, because there are cases that that company needs to maintain certain kind of secrecy while appointing someone. So because of many reasons, this particular source is not used by the organization to appoint higher level position jobs, to appoint candidate in the higher position jobs. So this is also one of the valuable external source of recruitment. And the next one is the third external source of recruitment is public employment exchange. Now, government of all the countries, they have public employment exchange, where unemployed people who are searching for job, who want to do a job, they can register themselves in the employment exchange. And many organizations, both public and private, they make contact with employment exchange. They provide information about their vacancies. They provide information about the date of filling of application, the date when interview is going to be conducted, the venue of the interview, where it is going to be conducted. So they are supposed to provide all the information about the vacancy, about the process of applying for the job, about the timing, the venue of the interview, to the employment exchange. So this is one of the another method, and one of the cheapest method also, in order to find suitable candidates for the job. Now in India, the government has made public organizations, public enterprises, and even private enterprises to to provide information regarding many of the posts, many of the vacant posts, to the public employment exchange. Because many people who are not who cannot afford education in expensive colleges, who cannot afford professional education, they register in public employment exchange. So they can also provide scope for those people who are talented, who are efficient, because they do not hold some kind of specialized degree. They are not capable of attending campus drive and all that. So this provides opportunity for all the people who want to pursue a career, who want to do a good job. So this is one of the benefit provided by the government of almost all the countries. So this is also considered to be one of the most important external source of recruitment. Next one is professional organization. Now, these organizations maintain detailed biodata of their members, and they provide this information to the organizations who want to appoint someone for any vacant position. So, to some extent, these professional organizations also act as an exchange, employment exchange for the organization. What they do, they maintain detailed record of all of its members in terms of their education, in terms of the job experience and everything. And when an organization makes contact with them in order to fill up some vacancies, they provide these informations to the organization. Now the members can also contact professional organizations when they have any kind of doubt, when they want to verify about the organization, what kind of job they are applying for, what is the organization, what kind of business the organization is doing. So it provides information to both the members of the professional organization as well as the other companies who want to hire people through professional organizations. So this is another important source of recruitment. Next one is data banks. Now usually what happens, whenever a person applies for the job in the organization, that kind of data is maintained by the organization. So whenever there is any kind of vacancy, they can retrieve such kind of data and they can use it for hiring any person who is suitable for the job. So data bank is something, this actually maintains record of all the persons who have ever applied for the job, who have ever contacted the organization in terms of job. So this also acts like a data bank for the organization. So whenever they want to hire some kind of candidates, hire a particular type of candidate, they can go through the data bank, and if they find suitable candidate from this data bank, they can appoint the person. Okay. Now these data banks also collect information from employment exchange, other organizations or educational institute. They also maintain the data of those people who have applied in any public employment exchange or educational institute. So they maintain the data from other colleges and public exchanges also, so that they can use it at the time of requirement. Okay. The next one is casual applicants. Now when an organization has a good reputation, when they get involved in the local activities, when they have good reputation, good image in front of the public, most of the people want to get job in such kind of organization. So what they actually do, they send their resumes to these organization either through email, or they personally go to the office of these organization and submit their resume or CV to such organizations. So they are considered to be the casual applicants. Even if there is no vacancy, they send their CVs and resumes to such kind of organization. Now organizations, what they do, they maintain these resumes, applications. So whenever there is some kind of vacancy, they make contact with those applicants and give them they may contact to such applicants and provide them information about the vacant post, and when they are going to have interview and selection process, and these casual applicants can easily apply for the job. So this is also one of the source of external recruitment. Okay, external source of recruitment. Next one is similar organization. Similar organization here means, for example, an IT company can find suitable candidates for higher position in other IT companies. So what organizations do? They keep an eye on other organization which do similar kind of business, and they try to encourage those people by providing different types of opportunity, better opportunities than their existing organization. So they can find suitable candidates from similar organization. So they maintain record of people in the higher position in other organization, how they are performing, how well they are performing, whether they are considered to be an asset for the organization, are they playing an important part in the success of the organization. So they keep these kind of data, and when they think that these people can get better opportunity in their organization, they can provide better opportunity, better salary, better benefits than their organization, they contact them and offer them jobs. So it depends upon the person whether the person wants to stay with the existing organization or they want to shift to the new organization. But usually companies make offer to the people working in similar organization, but that actually depends upon their performance, their position, and how well they perform. Okay. The next one is trade union. Now the people who want to get some kind of job, regular job, they make contact with trade unions. Now organization, in order to maintain a good and healthy relation with the trade unions, they actually try to hire more and more people referred by the trade unions. So this is also one of the source of recruitment. So organization, if they want to have a good relation with the trade union, if they want to make their relation more and more better, they hire people who are part of the trade union, who want to have some kind of job, who are unemployed at the point of time. So they appoint people from trade union. Okay. And the next one is modern sources. So after these are the important sources of external, these are the external source of recruitment. Now, in modern sources, there are some kind of external sources which are used by many organization, but actually the type of source which they use depends upon the job also. So depending upon the job description, the size of the business, the nature of the business, organization use different sources of recruitment. Okay, so under modern sources, the first one is walk-in. Walk-in means, here this is one of the most important modern source of modern external source of recruitment. So what happens in this walk-in interview? They inform the public that on this date, on this place, a certain kind of interview is going to take place, and for this designation, this position. So anybody who is interested can simply walk into the organization and apply for the job, and they can go for the interview. So this is walk-in. So prior notice before 1 week, before 2 week, that is not provided. Immediate notice is provided to everyone, whoever is interested, and whoever whoever is suitable according to the criteria for the job, they can apply for the job and they can go for the interview. Okay. So the next one is consult in. So this is another modern source of recruitment, which is called consult in. Here what happens, many organization encourages young candidates who are seeking job. They want these young candidates to consult the organization in terms of the job, what kind of job the organization is providing, what kind of job will be suitable for such kind of candidates. So many organizations provide this opportunity for the public, and the public and the people can go to the organization, consult about different kinds of vacancies, consult about their career, and they also provide a good source of recruitment. Okay. The next point is head hunting. So in head hunting, what happens, organization asks the specific kind of other organization to look for people for higher level jobs, like chief executive officer, CEOs, general manager, for extremely high position job. They ask certain types of organization, professional organization, to keep an eye on different candidates who will be suitable for the job. So that is called head hunting. Now why it is called head hunting? Because they are looking for specific kind of people and for specific kind of important and high level jobs. This method is not suitable for finding freshers or finding any kind of middle or lower level jobs. This method is only used to find and search for higher level jobs, people who will be eligible for higher positions in the organization. Next one is body shopping. Now body shopping, what happens? Some organization gather information, create a pool of candidates, and when certain kind of company have some vacancies, they can contact this organization and get information about any kind of candidate who will be suitable for the job. So that is called body shopping. Next one is called business alliances. Now here what happens, when business alliances means when mergers takes place, acquisition or takeover, such kind of things happen. They acquire the employees of the other organization with whom the merger takes place. Or I'll give an I better give an example, it will be better for you all to understand. Suppose there is a company ABC Limited and it acquired another company XYZ Limited. So the employees of XYZ Limited will ultimately become the employees of ABC Limited. So this is the business alliance that has taken place, that is merger or acquisition of two business or takeover of one business by another business. With these business alliances also, it forms an external source of recruitment, because employees of one organization automatically becomes the employee of other organization who takes the charge of the other organization. Okay, like I said, ABC Limited acquired XYZ, so there will be no identity of XYZ employee, there will be only ABC Limited, and all the employees of XYZ employee will become the employees of ABC Limited. Okay. And the last one is e-recruitment. E-recruitment means nowadays many organizations use internet and their website to uh, spread information about the vacancies, so that many number of people will apply for the job, and they will have a wider range of choice. If the applications, if more and more number of applications are there for a particular job, it will be easy for the organization to find the best out of the large number of candidates. So through their websites or through internet or through various kinds of other organization, they can go for e-recruitment also. So these are the various types of external source of recruitment which are used by the organization for hiring suitable candidates for the vacant jobs. Okay, now I'm going to explain what are the advantages of external source of recruitment. So the first advantage that you're seeing on the screen is the wider choice. Usually what happens in internal source of recruitment, limited number of people are there, and we have to find the suitable out of that limited number of people. But with external source of recruitment, we have a wider choice. We have large number of people applying for the job. We can find out the best out of the large number of people. Now usually what happens, when a job is vacant, it does not mean that one type of job will require only one type of candidate. They need a candidate with variety of skills, with different talents, with different qualification and experience, and this may not be available within the organization. So external source of recruitment means they will have variety of choices. Many number of people will be applying for the job from different corners of the country, which may not be possible in internal source of recruitment. So it has a wider range of choice in comparison to the internal source of recruitment. Okay. The next one is efficient and qualified. Obviously, when large number of people will apply for the job, there are chances that we will find extremely qualified personnel, extremely efficient people. So we can also compare one person with another in terms of their efficiency and in terms of their qualification. So this helps the organization to choose the most efficient and qualified personnel for the particular job. So for example, even for a particular job, we can find people having different level of efficiency, different types of qualification, and we are going to choose the best out of those people. So it is one of the main advantage of external source of recruitment. The next one is new and fresh talent. Now in internal source of recruitment, what happens, people are already part of the organization. They have certain kind of thinking, they have certain type of education and all that. So they know how the organization works. It is also very difficult to shape them in a different way. But this is possible with new and fresh people. The people who are just out of the college, who want to try something new, who want to become part of the company, they can be easily shaped according to the requirements of the organization, how organization wants their employees to perform, how organizations want their employees to behave. So these new and fresh talent can be easily shaped. So they bring a lot of innovativeness to the organization, they bring a lot of creativity to the organization, they bring a different point of view to the organization, which may not be possible in the internal source of recruitment. Okay. The next one is less favoritism. Now, when external source is used, a large number of people apply for the job, and it is obvious that the people who are taking interviews or who are part of the selection procedure, they may not know the people whom they are interviewing. So there are less chances of being biased or choosing the favorite person out of that. But in case of internal source of recruitment, as the people who are appointing someone for the or for the job, they already know the person. So there are much chances of being biased and choosing the favorite one, even if the favorite one is not the efficient and not the suitable candidate. So this favoritism does not have any place in external source of recruitment. They can hire any person from any part of the country simply based on his or her efficiency or talent. So there is no scope for favoritism in external source of recruitment. And with this advantage, it is very easy to find out the best person out of the lot, out of the people who have applied for the job. Okay. The next one is long run benefit. Now, what is the long run benefit of external source of recruitment? It actually brings quality to the organization. See, when only if an organization only follows internal source, usually what happens, they have same kind of people with same kind of mentality. Sometimes they even refuse to accept any kind of change. So the it is very difficult to develop these people who are working in the organization from a very long time. But when new people are appointed from outside the organization, it is very easy for the organization to shape them, to develop them in such a way that they will be beneficial for the organization. These employees can learn a lot from the organization. These employees can become essential part of the organization in the same way the organization want them to become. So in the long run, they provide to the organization in terms of high quality performance, in terms of they can we can say that they are more acceptable to changes, they are more acceptable to challenging jobs, and they bring innovativeness and creativity to the organization. Okay, so these are the various advantages of external sources of recruitment. Now we will discuss about the disadvantages. Like I said, each and every element has both sides, advantages and disadvantages. So this external source of recruitment also has disadvantages. So the first disadvantage that I'm going to explain is time consuming. Now, if we compare internal sources with external sources, internal sources consumes a very less amount of time because people are already within the organization. The management knows about their performance. They have the detailed records of these employees. So the selection process does not take too much of time. But in case of external source, much time is supposed to be given. First of all, there are formalities. The organization needs to provide information to the public regarding their vacancy so that they get the opportunity to apply for the job. So that is time consuming. They have to find out what type of people are required. Then they have to go through various sources, which source will be suitable for the recruitment. External, there are various numbers of external source of recruitment. They have to select the one through which they can find. So this takes a lot of time in comparison to the internal source of recruitment. So this is a time consuming process. Next one is expensive. Like I said, there are many formalities in external source. They have to advertise, they have to spend a large amount of time. So when line managers spend time in the recruitment process, they are not spending time on their job which they are supposed to do. This is also part of their job, but they have to leave their job for a particular time period and get engaged in the recruitment process. So that may be expensive in terms of many ways. So it involves a large amount of money, it involves energy, it involves large amount of time also. Okay, so in these manners, this external source is expensive or more expensive than internal source of recruitment. Okay, the next disadvantage is dissatisfaction among the existing employees. Now, if the organization decides to fill up the vacant positions of that is the higher level positions, vacant higher level positions through external source rather than giving promotions to the existing employees. What will be its consequence? The existing staff members, the existing employees will be dissatisfied with this approach. Now, if you are an employee in an organization and you are dedicated towards your job, you are loyal towards the company, but the company is not giving you any opportunity for promotion, you will be dissatisfied. You will feel that as an employee, the management is not considered, it has not considered you as a person who will be suitable for the job. The management is not doing something in order to give you some kind of job satisfaction. So this kind of dissatisfaction will be reflected in the performance. This type of dissatisfaction will create a conflict, misunderstanding between management and the employees. So too much of reliance on external sources of recruitment will not make the existing employees happy. They will be unhappy, they will be dissatisfied, and this will lead to various consequences which may not be in favor of the organization. Okay, the next one is increase in employee or labor turnover. So if the employees are dissatisfied, what will they do? They will simply go to the organization which provides them opportunities for growth and development. Simple. So if you are not satisfied with the existing organization, you will try to find opportunities in other organization. You would like to go to the organizations where companies provide employees proper kind of opportunity for their growth, for their development, for promotion, for getting higher salary, for getting into a higher position. So people will leave the organization, whether they are workers or their employees. So excessive use of external source of recruitment will increase the labor turnover. You're working in the organization for last 5 years or 10 years, but you're not being considered for promotion. So that will dissatisfy you, and that will encourage you to leave the organization and join any other organization which is providing you the opportunity for promotion. So this is one of the disadvantage of external sources of recruitment. And the last one is wrong selection. But like I said, the large number of people are applying for the job, and organization also try to find the best out of that number of people, large number of people. So what is the chances of selecting someone who is not suitable? Usually what happens, because these people are not already part of the organization, so it is very difficult to check the background of these people. They rely on information which is provided to the organization by the candidates, so background check is a little bit difficult. So in some cases there are chances of selecting someone who may not be suitable for the job, may not be efficient for the job. So this may be one of the reasons, because too many people apply for the job. It may also lead to different kinds of confusion, which one should be the suitable candidate. So in that kind of confusion, they might select a wrong candidate. Okay. So these are the various disadvantages of external source of recruitment. So in this session, I have explained about the various external source of recruitment, and then I explained about the advantages and disadvantages of external sources of recruitment. In the next session, I am going to explain the procedure of recruitment. What are the various steps followed in the procedure of recruitment? Okay, so that's it for today. We will meet in the next session. Thank you.